Hello and welcome to MFAT Coaching. I'm so glad you're here. I am going to review the last 2 months of my Silk and Sonder, show you how that has gone, my successes and my trials, so to speak. So hopefully that interests you and you'll stick around. Welcome back. Today I'm going to review my February and my March Silk and Sonder. I realized that I never showed you my February in its completed format, and because of that you can see how that affected March, because I intended to create a video about my February and I never did. And so let me show you how that affected things. So the Silk and Sonder, it starts off with the full calendar. There's stuff in the front that I just don't use. And then you go to a page where you get to reflect about the previous month and set your intentions, which I did both months and loved. Then in February, there was a mood tracker and my habit tracker. And you can see that I did fairly well with most of the habits in February. Tracked my weight fairly consistently, worked out fairly consistently until the end of the month. I did some good listening to music, which was great. Fairly well with my gratitude, good with, and then it starts to trail off a little at the bottom with my mascara and jewelry. That's my actually getting up and getting out to the world category, even if the world is my living room. My drinking of waters, spits and spurts. And then I did some practicing lettering. I was trying to do that every day. And you can see I probably did that less than half of the month. My mood tracker I did fairly well at, maybe a week or so. All right, so let me show you the difference between a month though. Here's March. I don't know what happened. I took a week off. I took more than a week off, because there's a week there, there's some couple days there. And all of that truly was because I had every intention of holding off on starting this tracker until I did this video, going through this one with you and starting this one. And I just never did that. I never had time. And then things passed and I was like, oh my gosh, you just have to do it. So here's March. You can see there are very slight changes, still tracking my weight, my working out, listening to music, gratitude, mascara, drinking water. But then the goal in March was to do some dance breaks. And you can see that happened like 4 times. Great. And in case you don't know what a dance break is, it is what it sounds like. My goal is at 4 o'clock every day to stop what I'm doing, take a deep breath, put on a Spotify playlist, and for one song, dance with my dog or my husband or both if I can get them both involved. Doesn't have to be at 4 o'clock, but just once a day. And I find that if I do that, I feel more energetic, I feel happier, and it's just a fantastic thing to add to my life. But I've been struggling, as you can see, to make that happen. And then the other side is my mood tracker. And again, because I really wasn't using the journal for 7 days, there's no mood there. But I did create it to look like a shamrock, and I couldn't just leave it blank. So I still colored it in because I love that. And then you can see I got much better and did, in fact, say how I felt each day. So you can see I don't think there's any sadness, which is nice. A little anxiety, nothing major though. Little anger towards the end of the month, but mainly just in the joyful, peaceful, powerful categories. So that is great. And I don't know about you, but I love it. So back to February. Got my goals, which is my workout goals, and you can see how much I did, and then you can see that I didn't do anything at the end of the month. Now some of this says ends with a crash. So this week I actually ended up falling at the end of my run and scraping up my knees. Luckily I was not hurt, but because of that and because of some travel, I wasn't actually able to work out. My endearment log, you can see everything kind of quit at the end of the month. Did a duality exercise. There's always some exercises. No bingo for me that month. A couple things were left blank. This one I'm really sad was left blank. I will probably go back and do it. It's a nature game. You go outside, look at the clouds, and I definitely want to do that. February just ended up being a month for me to do that. I did my tracking, so this is my social media when I actually, what's colored indicates when I actually did it. Same thing with this one. When I actually did the social media, you can see the flowers got colored in. I meant to do the monthly expense trackers and didn't. And then these are the weeks, and I'll just show you how I decorated them, what they look like. I really loved some of the details. In February, I did create an email manifesto. So these are the 6 things that I'm going to do to try and tackle my email and not let them bog me down, because I have a tendency to feel overwhelmed by my email. And you can see I was practicing my lettering there. Just love the Valentine's Day. You can tell this is probably Valentine's Day week. It was. All the hearts, all the red. Leaned in. Didn't do my currently, which I feel sad about. There's some staying with the pink theme. And what these boxes are my to-dos, my schedule, and my notes. Then I went with some orangey gold, some bright sunny happiness. It says be the sunshine. And then there is a week where I just really didn't get to do much of anything, but it also ended up being the first week of the next month. So let me move to that. All right, in March, have my sleep tracker, which is not a sleep tracker. I just didn't put the sticker there. This is, again, still my workout, my goals. You can see I didn't do anything. 1 means I didn't do it. So I took a good week off, and then I got better, got back into it. A few days I still, didn't do it, but it was either really good or I didn't do it. This was a question log and a bunch of different questions, which I love. I am always very inquisitive. The word for the month actually was curiosity, which I just loved. But again, there was a collage that I didn't get to do. Just didn't get to. Some things that I love to eat, people, things that I love. These are my trackers. You can see social media was not my forte in March. So we're gonna work on that a little. I'm actually thinking that for April, I am not gonna do trackers like this. They just do not seem to be motivating me as much as I love creating them, and I absolutely do love them. Because they don't motivate me to fill them out. I'm not gonna do one in April. I'm gonna try something different, but I might go back to these. We'll see how that goes. And again, monthly expense tracker that I intended to fill out, particularly because March was the month that I'm supposed to be working on budgeting. I did do that, but I just didn't use this to do that. So that's all right. And here's the first week. You can see I just for 3 days didn't really do anything. I probably did a bit more in here, but this is probably actually more pre-planning than anything else. And that's okay. But then things got started in earnest. Here I tried something new this month where I took one of my goals, one of my roles I should say, and started making a list from that. That lasted about a week before it became a little too much, and I decided I'm going to try something else. But here's the design for week 2 of March. Just really, I love decorating this top part. before I move on, there is actually something underneath that, and some tweaks you can kind of see some peek through. I won't give you my whole daylight savings time spiel, but we should never change times ever again. Again, I forgot to do a currently page. Again, intended to do it with you guys and just didn't get to that, so that makes me sad. So I hope to be able to do that in April. Here is another spread that I just found absolutely gorgeous. I also got some new pens that were kind of shiny. Hopefully that's coming through. This was St. Patrick's Day week, so I wanted to add some St. Patrick's Day flair. Here's another one of those lists that I told you about. Here's some just absolutely green gorgeousness, just leaning into the green theme, but also spring. Some more spring. And then this one did include the week that we're in right now. And you can see I started to fill that out, but we actually, because this part of the week is in April, I just moved to April at this point. And then at the end of each week, I say what was the favorite food that I ate that week, what was a memory. So for this week, I just felt productive. And then a song is usually a Spotify playlist, and my husband is Jared, and he has a daily mix that I was really enjoying being able to listen to that week. I ended strong with this week, but I did not start strong, and I should say with this month. So I really just didn't use it for a week. And some of that was due to travel, and some of that was just the way things ended up being this month, and that's okay. As I said in one of my other videos, I have learned that I have to tell myself when I don't get something done that is okay. Like I just took some sick time, essentially. So it wasn't planned per se. It wasn't a planned week off, but the whole plan is not destroyed. It was still very useful to have these journals for me, even if I don't use them every day. So that is what my Silk and Saunders have looked like for the past 2 months. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope that you'll give it a like and potentially hit that subscribe button and even the bell for notifications. And I just want to thank you again for stopping by. If you have any questions about Silk and Saunder, please let me know, or about what I've used to decorate it. I'm always happy to answer questions. So thanks for stopping by and have a great day. Bye.